Welcome to Technical Podcasts. Founded in 2010 as a lean startup to sell smartly designed phones at cheap prices over the internet, Xiaomi was decidedly late to the game. Its first handset came out around the time of the iPhone 4S. But a clever social media strategy and a business plan that emphasized selling services that work on the phone helped Xiaomi build support from young and modern Chinese people, and tried to make phones similar to Apple but at a really cheap price worked. And they were one of the biggest companies in China in a very short time. But that is not all. They had huge international plans. For all its success, Xiaomi's biggest challenge looms outside China. In September 2013, the company hired Hugo Barra, who is an old friend from Google, to lead the company's international expansion. Using social media to spread word of product launches and parties, Barra has opened a number of markets in Asia. Though some aspects of Xiaomi's business model play on the peculiarities of China, Mr. Lin said he believes it can work abroad. In particular, he said the company will target markets with large populations, a developed e-commerce infrastructure and weak telecom carriers. And they targeted the right market at the right time. That is India. And it's where it took a step towards becoming third largest phone seller in the world. But India isn't an easy market to break into. The time when Micromax and Motorola were at heat, they had some tough time ahead. Motorola was the first company to experiment with an online-only sales model. The company decided to skip the middlemen and get into an exclusive tie-up with Flipkart, which is India's largest e-commerce store. Motorola's success selling online helped to pave the way for Xiaomi and other players to follow. The first phone that Xiaomi launched in India was the Mi 3. The phone was pretty expensive, around $13,000 for a new company. But here is where luck came into play, and it was a hit. Because it had specs of a much expensive phone. The company was selling smartphones as fast as it could import them from China, experiencing similar success with subsequent launches like the Redmi 1S and the Redmi Note. So how did a relatively unknown brand from China make such an impact in India without spending any significant amount of money on marketing in unknown territories? The answer is simple. Pricing. Providing high-end specs at low prices. They paved their way into developing countries. And they kept on expanding in the world even though OnePlus was a competition in the West. Hugo Barra, a well-known face at Google before he joined Xiaomi back in 2013 to become its official brand ambassador outside of China, has played a big part in the company's rise as well. During his public appearances, Barra comes across as extremely approachable and is always happy to answer questions. A refreshing change for most executives in around the globe. And there was no stopping from there. And they became global giants. And does not seem like any company passing by them soon. Thanks. Subscribe for more.